Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapatakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतम सावधूतम परिजन सहितम कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So Hare Krishna. I welcome all of you for today's Arthaśāstra Vicāra session number 6. So today we'll be discussing about controlling of the senses, the need of the controlling of the senses in the case of a king. So that, and if you have some time permits, then we'll be also discussing about the how to select a prime minister. So selecting of the prime minister, so that on this various acharyas gave the various opinions. So those opinions also will try to cover. And just quickly, from the last classes, we understood king. So the Rajavritti, that means majorly what are the 4 activities of a king? Can anyone answer this? What are the 4 major activities of a king? They can raise the hand. The major 4 activities of a king. Anyone wants to say? So please everyone switch on your cameras. It will be nice. So what are the 4 activities king majorly has to do? Rajavritti. Anyone remember? No. Yes. Who is that? Yeah, Anantacharya, please go ahead. Please go ahead. So you can speak, Prabhu. Yeah, Arjanam, Palanam, Vardhanam, and what is that? Tirtha Pratipadanam. Okay. These are the 4 activities. These 4 activities king has to do. So we have discussed in a. So what is the root for the Anvikshiki Trayi Varta? What is the root? So what is the root for the Anvikshiki Trayi Varta? These 3 vidyas are depending on what? Dandaniti. Yes. Yes. And next, so they are all typing the message. Good. Okay. Anyway, no problem. Anyway, answer we need. So danda also depends upon what? Danda depends upon? No, wrong. Danda depends upon what? Danda depends on Vijaya. No. Vinaya. Yes. Danda depends upon Vinaya. This is the right answer. So Vinaya depends upon what? How one can get the Vinaya? How Vinaya comes? Vidya. Vinaya comes from the Vidya. Yes. Harigopal Prabhu. Yes. Vidya. So ultimately, yes. So Vidya depends upon whom? Vidya depends upon Acharya, actually. Acharya will decide. So in the case of Kshatriyas, so the early part of day, what they should do? Early part of day, anyone can type actually. If you don't want to speak, then you can type. Yeah, so practicing of, so different, that means horse riding, elephant riding, and so practicing of the sword, so and so. These are all they should do, yes. And that's end part of the day, what they should do? Late part of the day. Hearing Ramayana, yeah, Itihasas. So Itihasa comes under Itihasa, what else comes? Puranas, Ramayanam, Akhya means knowing about the great personalities, Akhyai. Then also Udaharanam means Panchatantra, Dharma-Shastras and Arthaśāstras. These all, they has to learn about all these things. King has to, that means to train a boy, he should be doing these so many case studies. By studying the different scriptures, he'll be developing the knowledge on this. Okay. So anyone say answer? So what is the role of the Anvikshiki? So Anvikshiki's role is what?
Anvikshiki helps to understand different scriptures.
Anvikshiki helps to understand the different scriptures. Yes.
Like Nyaya, Mimamsa.
Yeah. It will understand means what? Anvikshiki is a philosophy. So it will be helping to go deep into that.
Darshana,
yes.
Right? The systems of philosophy.
So, and also Anvikshiki, it will be helping in what? What are the major benefits of the Anvikshiki? It will make one to be stable in his activities. That means it will stabilize other things. That means to do stable way. That means Anvikshiki is the philosophy. It will make you to follow the Dharma. That means your activities. For example, Anvikshiki is saying that one should do Dharma for getting the liberation, or one should do the Dharma to satisfy the Lord. This is Anvikshiki. Then this kind of convincing, that means if you understand Anvikshiki thoroughly, then what it will be doing? It will be helping you to be fixed in your service, in your activities, in your duties. So that is the thing actually. If Anvikshiki is not there, then stability in the act will not be there in the activities which are prescribed by the three educations. So that's why that is the, and also it will be Anvikshiki helping to know the strength of that education and also weaknesses. This is one more point. So education or otherwise training and education, to give a training and education, what is the qualification needed in that student? He should be having some minimum qualities. Or what are those? Susrusha, Shravanam, next Grahanam, next Dharanam, Uha, so Apoha, and yes. Yes. Okay. These are the different things. So is needed actually in a student. And also these things who will be observing, teacher, Acharya will be observing, and he will be setting the, so Vidya and also Vinaya, both. Today we'll be studying the next further. Thank you very much. Yeah, Vijnanam also. I'll be sharing my screen. Fifth, it's actually in our book, sixth chapter actually. Vidya Vinaya Hetur Indriya Jayaha Kama Krodha Lobha Mana Mada Harshatyagat Karyaha Karnatva Karnatvag Akshi Jihva Granindriyanam Shabdasparsha Rupa Rasagandeshu Aviprati Pattir Indriya Jayaha. We understood by having the Vidya, that means Vidya means training and education, that what it will do, it will be developing the Vinaya. Vinaya can be the two types. Vinaya will be the Krutaka and Swabhavika. Vinaya means, so one who should be matured enough, maturity of the handling the things. Like the maturity of handling things means he is, like example, Danda. He should be given with the rod of the chastisement. For that, he needs some maturity. That means some sober behavior and a good conduct. So that is known as Vinaya. So that can be the Swabhavika or that can be the Krutaka. So Swabhavika means by birth he will be having some kind of, so that kind of suitable nature. But another thing is what? Krutaka. Krutaka means by giving the education by Vidya, he will be getting the that sober nature or good conduct. So for that, what is needed? He has to have, to get the education, he should be having the 8 qualities. So Susha, Shravanam, Grahanam, Dharanam, so Vijnanam, Uha, Apoha, and Tattva Abhinivishtaha. Tattva Abhinivishtaha. So these are the things, these 8 things are needed actually. Then only you can educate, otherwise you cannot educate him. So that means he should be having the desire for the subject matter. So he has to desire to hear the, so Rajashastra, Arthaśāstras. So he doesn't have any desire, then how can you make him to, so or educate him? So yeah, so there is a system we learned in the last classes. Let me use my board. We have modern definitions, so many actually. Nowadays, motivational speakers are fully filled actually in the society. So, but they don't have any proper just reference, whatever the simply, so they are manufacturing, they are cooking so much. But actually, these Pramanik Acharyas who are successful in their life, so those people, this example of this Chanik Arthaśāstra is not written by ordinary person. He is not simply a theoretical person. Of course, so I am theoretical, but these people who wrote, so that person is having the full of experience and he studied the so many shastras from his lineage. And after that only he compiled this, and also he became successful in his life. And we are reading from him actually. That's why it is very much important book. Of course, we don't have, but teacher can explain this. So now, there's a box, actually in box you can take a candidate. So input is what? Vidya. And what? Output is Vinayaha. That means the maturity of dealing the things, or otherwise sober nature, or good conduct, or otherwise. So maturity means properly having a good knowledge about the Shastra and about the things. So that is the Vinaya is output is required. So to have Vidya, we understood he should be having the 8 gunas actually. That already we discussed. What are those? Those are already okay. Susrusha, Shravanam, and so and so. Now we are going to learn to one more thing actually. Vidya Vinaya Hetur Indriya Jaya. Vidya will lead to the Vinaya. So to get the Vidya, what he needs? Indriya Jaya. That means he should be controlling his senses. He should be controlling his senses. What is the meaning of controlling senses? So there is the levels of the controlling senses are there. So what is the meaning here? So that means any student, he should be definitely habituated to control his senses. Means it is said, Kama Krodha Lobha Mana Mada Harsha Tyagat Karyaha. So how it is Indriya Jaya, how it is achieved? It is achieved by, that means controlling of senses will be achieved by leaving Kama, lust, Krodha. So don't think that becoming a king is not just a joke actually. It is needed. It needs a heavy qualification. Kama, Krodha, Lobha. So, and also very practical man, Chanakya is. He is not writing anything just whimsically. Lobha, Mana, Madha. So, Madha or Harsha Tyaga. Harsha. All these, Harsha means, so Kama means lust, Krodha means anger, Lobha means greed, and Mana means pride, Madha means, Mana means ego, self-esteem, or Madha means pride, and Harsha means so overjoy. So these things, he should be leaving these. Through that he can achieve. Through that he can achieve the Indriya Jaya. That is the solution. Indriya Jaya. Indriya Jaya means Karanatvag Akshidhva Grana Indriyanam Sabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandeshu Avipratipattir Indriya Jaya. He is not asking to control the mind. At least he should be so controlling the senses. That means we have 5 senses: ears, skin, eyes, tongue, and nose. So relatively we have so sound. So for the touch, form, that means rupa, and taste for that, so rasa, taste, and smell, gandha. So these senses are catching these objects. These are the sense objects: sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. So these indriyas, these senses are not engaged in grasping these. So that is known as Indriya Jaya. Avipratipattihi means so restricting the senses from the sense objects. Not to make, that means allowing senses to so get these things. So that's why in the Gurukula, so boys are very, very strictly they are controlled actually. It's not that they are, there will be no big, that means atmosphere also is like that. Atmosphere is also very secluded and fully focused in their education actually, and try to all the time so meditating on the things or learning. This is the thing. This kind of atmosphere they maintain. If their senses are not controlled, so then what will happen? They cannot get the vidya to get the vinaya. So vidya cannot be, that means going to help them. Nowadays, people are having so many mobiles, these, that, all the senses are freely left over actually. Then they are always in the touching of the sense objects. Then in that case, what kind of, that means Vinaya you can expect from them. So that Vidya and is not going to bring any kind of Vinaya actually. So all the some completely fallen standards. So-called, that means modernism. So okay. Next, Shastrarthanushtanam va. So Krishnam hi Shastram idam Indriya Jayaha. So Shastra Artha Anushtanam. Indriya Jayaha means another meaning is also given. Shastra Artha Anushtanam means so always engaging the senses, on those things which are prescribed by the scriptures. Engaging senses in the things which are prescribed by scriptures. That means they will be always doing those activities which are not against to the scriptures. You should not think that they not engaging the senses in the sense objects. That means they don't eat. Now they have to drink the water. So then the tongue is engaged in the getting the taste in that water. So won't they do that? And they have to eat the prasadam food in that at that time also. So and they have to sleep on the bed. So at that time there is a touch is there, and they will be seeing that means so many sense objects. That means a lot of things. They will be seeing their teacher and so on. So then that means eyes also, they should not allow the eyes to see the things. That doesn't, it's not, meaning is not that actually. That means not engaging senses in sense objects means, so not doing those activities which are not prescribed by the scriptures. That is the understanding actually. Shastrartha Anushtanam. That means following or behaving as per the prescription of the scriptures. Krishnam hi Shastram idam Indriya Jayaha. Ultimately, Shastra is always saying that to control the senses only. So, because Shastras, anyway, in the higher level, if you see, the conclusion of Shastra is what? Bhakti. But at least if you see, Shastra recommendation is what? Bhakti means what? Automatically in that, what is included? So, controlling of the senses and conquering the kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, so and so. It is already, it's there. So that's why now he is not a spiritualist now. He should become a good king to control he will be definitely practicing the spirituality because he should be knowing the Anvakshiki. But Shastra is ultimately, definitely it is recommending controlling of the senses. So that's why here Indriya Jayaha means what you should take the meaning, doing those activities which are prescribed by the scriptures, because scriptures always recommend to control the senses only. Yes? Yeah, if you see Bhagavad Gita also, Matra Sparshastru Kaunteya. Sitoshna Sukha Dukkada Agama Pailutan Titiksha Svabharta. In the beginning itself he is saying it to control the senses. Dukkesha Nidigna Manaha, Sukesha Vigata Sproha, Vitaraga Bhayakrodha, Sitadur Munirachate. Shastra is always recommending to control the senses. So that's why following the prescription of Shastra definitely will be what? Controlling the senses. Will be there. So that's why you can take the meaning of controlling senses means following the activities which are prescribed by the Shastra. Tad viruddha vrittir. So if one is One is not having one more thing. We studied in the, in the yesterday's class. A boy, a Gurukul boy, that's Kshatriya boy, till what age he will be in the Gurukul? At least 16 years age. 16 years age when he'll be there, and then after that he will give the charity of the cow. So because he has to give the cow in a charity to his Guru, Guru Dakshana. Without giving Guru Dakshana, education will not become fulfilled actually. That's one more point. So that's why he will be giving the Guru Dakshana. Then what will happen? Then after that he will be going for the Dara Karma. Dara Karma means having wife and so and so. Then after that, Chanakya is saying, even after that also, after he will be engaged in the some Pattabhishikta, that means, so he will be given with the country, that means ruling powers, whatever. So at that time also, he should not stop studying actually. Even Vriddha Sanyogaha, even after leaving Gurukula also, he has to be in association of all the time the experts. Vriddha means experts in the various knowledges, various fields of the knowledge. That means Anvikshiki, Trayi, Varta, and Dandaniti. In this, there are the experts are there. He should be always in touch them. Why? Because his Vinaya will improve. That means his soberness, his expert, his skills, his maturity will increase. So that's why, yes, at that time also, while ruling also, he should be all the time controlled. That means he should be controlling his senses. If king, being a leader, if he lose the control on his senses, what will happen? You can see now. There are several examples are there. If king, if he doesn't control his senses, sadhyo vinashyati, he will be immediately finished actually. Not only he along with him, his family, and also his whole kingdom will be destroyed actually. And that's why leadership position is not just for the sake of fulfilling kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsaya, for not for this purpose. So sitting in a leadership position is for meant for what? Ultimately to make the humanity. So sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. That means to make everyone happy. Means what? So they should be properly engaged in their services, and they will be uplifted through towards the higher truth. And also they will be getting the nice life in the material world also. Both in this world and also in the spiritual world, both they will become happy in this and also other world. So if one king is not able to control his senses, what will happen? Yatha dandakyaha nama bhojaha kamad brahmana kanyam abhimanyamanaha sabandhu rastro vinanasha. Dandakyaha, there is one king is there, his name is Dandakyaha. What he did, he chased a Brahmana's girl, daughter. Then what? Kama, out of lust, he is not able to control these 6 Harishad Varga. Then what happened? So the result is what? He got the curse from that Brahmana. Then after that, he lost his Sabandhu Rastro Vivinasha. The entire Bandhu means his relatives, that means his friends, along with his friends, whole kingdom is destroyed. Next, Karalascha Vaideha. So Videha ki Raja. So Karalaha. In his case also same thing happened. Next, there are so many examples we can see now. Kopa Janamejeyo Brahmaneshu Vikrantaha. So Talanjangascha Brugushu. So Janamejaya, it's not our Janamejaya, some other king Janamejaya. He got the angry towards the Brahmanas. Then he is also finished actually. Same way, so Talajangaha. Talajangaha is another king. So his name is Talajangaha. He also showed his anger. So first one is Dandakya is example for the lust. This Janamejaya and Talajangaha is example for the anger. Because of anger, they are destroyed. Lobad, Ailaha. So Aila means Ilaputraha, Pururav. Chaturvarnya Atyahara Yamanaha. Atyaharayamanaha. That means he was just sucking the wealth of the four varnas. So much heavy taxes he is collecting and he was looting because of greed. So he is also finished. Sauvirascha Ajabinduhu. So Ajabinduhu is from the Saurashtra. He is also out of Loba. He was destroyed. So Mana the Ravanaha. So Manaha. That means out of the egoistic thing. So Paradaran Aprayachan. That means so he bring out others' wife and he didn't give back out of mana. Then what happened? Then he is also finished. Duryodhanaha. So Duryodhana also out of the mana. Mana means out of pride, kind of self-esteem. He doesn't want to give. So he's the part of that means the Pandavas, so portion of the kingdom. And then Duryodhana also finished. Mada means pride. So because of Mada, so Dambodbhava is a one person, and he Bhuta Avmani. So that means he was giving that means out of the Mada, he is giving the lot of torture to all the living entities. Then he is finished. Haiheyaha. Haiheyascharjunaha. That means he is a Kartavirya Arjuna. So he was also killed by the Parasuram out of his Mada only. So he was showing his Mada. That means he was not at all accepting the Brahmanas and he is showing his pride. Next, Harshat, because of the excessive joy, Vatapi is finished. So next, Agastya, Agastyam, that means Agastyam. Atyasadayan. So Vrishni Sangascha Dvaipayanam iti. So Dvaipayan. So towards the Dvaipayan Rishis, these people that Yaduvamsis, so they played the joke with him. Then those Brahmanas. So with the Brahmanas, they played the joke. Then in that case also they were destroyed. Atyasad, 1 second. Vanchana. That means Atyasad means Vanchana. That means cheating. Because cheating, Yaduvamsha is destroyed. So like this, if one is not able to control those 6 arjas, then what will happen? That arjas means that's the 6 Arisha enemies. Then so many kings, they were completely vanquished. So that's why one should leave those 6 and control his senses, and then so then he has to be always in the touch with the scriptures and learn Vidya. That means in the scriptures means Vruddha Sanyoga. He should be always in the touch with the good people's association, expert people association, getting the right instructions from them, and he should become more and more humble. That means expert and matured. That kind of king can properly rule the world. Ete cha anye cha bahavaha shatru shadvargamashritaha sabandhu rashtra rajanaha vineshiyur ajitendriyaha. Ete cha anye cha. That means these people, and also there are so many examples are there. So that's why becoming a good king is not a joke actually. So shatru shadvarga. So varga mashritaha. Anyone is taking the shelter of these. So all these Arishad Varga, that means all the 6 enemies. So then what will happen? Like this, many took the shelter of these Arishad Varga, 6 enemies. Sabandhu Rashtraha, that means along with their relatives and also along with the whole kingdom. So Rajanaha, so many kings. Vineshihu, that means not able to control. Because if you are not able to control these 6, then what will happen? Then automatically, so you will be finished. So that's why to control this, one should control his senses. Like in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, how to control this lust? Arjuna was asking, oh my dear Krishna, I am not able to see. That means something is giving the, prerana, that means is engaging me to do all the time wrong thing. What is that? Then Krishna said it is a kama. Kama So Vidhyayato Vishan Pumsah, Sangastesho Pajayate, Sanga Sanjayate Kama, Kamat Krodho Bijayate. That means lust. Lust is the first thing, and then it is lead to the krodha and so and so. So this is a major thing. So how to conquer this? So Krishna, how he said. Anyway, it's for the case of devotees, it is what? It is through by doing the devotion, it will be controlled. And in the case of in general, actually, so there Bhagavad Gita, what he is saying, the sitting places of the lust is what? Senses, mind, and intelligence. So Krishna is saying that, so if you want to conquer this lust, you conquer the place where it is residing. Like example, if you want to conquer a king, what do you have to do? You have to first capture his port. If you capture his fort, then that's all. Automatically, whoever sitting in that fort, he is also is conquered. So that's why that is the thing. So if you want to conquer the lust, you should conquer the place where it is sitting, that is senses. First try with the senses, because senses are more weaker actually compared to mind and intelligence. Then he is asking to control. So by what? So then if you control the senses, then so lust which is there in the senses will be conquered. Then that means not allowing senses to the sense objects. This is the thing at least he is expecting actually here. Indriya Jaya. So to control this, so Harishad Varga, how can you do? You have to control your senses. By controlling senses, there Krishna, what he says, if you control senses, and long time if you don't allow the senses to the sense objects, then what will happen? Then automatically, so mind also will be leaving that. Thinking about that, it will leave. Then the mind is also controlled. Then what? Then you should understand so mind is so superior to the senses. So intelligence is superior to the mind. And you, being the soul, you are the superior to the intelligence. So samstabhyatmanam. That means evam buddhi param buddhva samstabhyatmanam atmana. So he is saying Jahusatrum Mahabahu. So he is saying that being understanding, you are the even superior to the intelligence, and you are the soul, and you are the powerful, and you can control. So lust which is there in the intelligence also, by understanding you are not a body, you are the soul, and be always situated in the soul. So this kind of way of controlling Krishna said, but just I am mentioning here. So in the case of devotees, so they have to always see that it is a service of the, because king is a representative of the Lord, and Lord's agenda is what? So making everyone, that means so to call back. And that's why in the case of the devotees, so the controlling senses will be practiced automatically by always so engaging, that means his mind in the thinking of the Lord. So that is there actually. And he will be doing his external duties. That means the ruling of the country, he will be doing so all the time, like Arjuna is, in the case of Arjuna also, Krishna, what he is saying? Hey, my dear, you should always think about me, and also you do your fighting. Similarly, in the case of devotees, they will be trying to think about the Krishna, and they will be trying to follow the bhakti path. So through that, so they will be getting the higher taste in the bhakti activities, and just to set example and to make people others happy. So they will be doing these external affairs. For them, devotees, this ruling the country is just an external affair, but they will be doing more perfectly because their senses are more properly controlled. And only thing is what? They should know what is what should be done in what time. So that's why they should know the scriptures. That's all. So that's why it is very easy in the case of devotees. That's why devotees should be the kings. Devotees, because like you see in the Bhagavatam, all the stories are the kings only, na? From the beginning to ending. Parishit Maharaj. So all that means from the Swayambhu Manu, from the third canto onwards, if you see fourth canto, so many kings, fifth canto. So Uttanapada son. So all these, they will be kings only, and they are all very, very devotional. And that's why they are able to perform the duties also very nicely, because controlling of the senses is very much needed. So to get the proper maturity and dealing the things. This is the thing we have learned in this chapter. So let us go to the next. Rajarshi Vrittam Tasmad Arishad Varga Tyagena Indriya Jayam Kurveta. So that means by rejecting all these 6 enemies, one should keep control his senses. Then Vruddha Sanyogena Pragnam Cha Pragnam Charena Chakshuru Utthanena Yogakshema Sadhanam Karyanushāsanena Swadharma Sthapanam Venayam Vidyopadeshena Lokapriyatvam Artha-Sanyogena Hitena Vrittam. Very, very important points. It may look very simple and easy, but if you have to meditate actually. If you want to be a teacher of the Rajavidya, that means this Arthaśāstra, or otherwise you want to be a king, for the both this course is needed actually. This course is meant for the two kinds of the people. Who are those? So for those who want to teach, that's why we give the criteria Brahmana initiation at least. So at least they have some enough maturity of the bhakti, or otherwise who are handling the things. So that's why you should meditate on the things. You should not meditate on the so-called speakers which doesn't know, which didn't achieve anything in their life. They keep on giving the formulas, bogus formulas. So you have to accept the formulas from the scriptures. In the Bhagavatam, Chanakya is mentioned, and as a great Brahmana. So, and also Prabhupada mentioned several times. So to deal material things, why don't we follow him? So his good instructions. Instead of following the people who doesn't have any experience and who didn't achieve anything and who don't have any Sastric references. So-called management techniques nowadays, people are bringing so-called Westerns. So they are bringing out the everyday. This is not the culture actually. Those are all unsustainable things. Anywhere, do you see anywhere any management technique controlling the senses will they speak? It's without controlling senses, nothing will be possible actually. Bogus principles actually, those are all. So we should not hear. So that's why it's our duties, promoters of our Vedic culture. So you should show the everything from the Shastra. So that is and we should show this is the best. And if you don't have faith and you are also running behind them, then what will happen actually? Then who will protect the scriptures? And who will protect the parampara and the culture? So without culture, then how can you expect the soberness in the society? So that's why it's our duty. Of course, pure devotional service is obvious. Nobody is asking you to leave the pure devotional service. Even Krishna also didn't ask Arjuna to leave the pure devotional service. But still he is asking to follow him his prescribed duties strictly and set example to the society. This is also needed. How to close this chat? Achha. Yeah. Okay. So okay. So now in this chapter, we are going to learn the several things. So Tasmad Arishad Varga Tyagan Indrejam. That means to be a king, as a king, one has to control his senses. So that is the thing. That's why Anvikshiki is very important. Anvikshiki will make him to be stable in his role, whatever the duties. As a king, he has to give the protection to the people. In that, he will become stable. So that is possible through the Anvikshiki. That's why these 4 educations are very important. Education system should be designed based upon these divisions. So not just having the simple, that means no education, new education policy, they're little bit something they added, then we are becoming so happy. So we have to have the complete change. So that's why we should have our own communities and we should develop the parallel society. That's very important. It's not that we have to live under their framework, under the rules and regulations given by them. Because who are the superior? Devotees are superior than the others outside people. Because these devotees are the followers of the Lord, who is the proprietor of the entire universe. Then under whose control it should be? So in the control of the devotee, that spirit has to be there. Leader means, so he has to have this kind of missionary spirit. So okay, next, Vruddha Sanyogena Pragnam. That means this king has to, even after passing out from the Gurukul, he should not leave his association with the experts. So first one, foremost thing is association with experts. Vruddha means experts in various fields of the knowledge. So then what will happen? It will increase the prajna. That means it will improve his skill actually. So that means he can do efficiently his work. So next one is what? Next one is Charena Chakshuhu. King, what he has to do? That means, of course, you have seen the functions of king as broadly four: Arjanam, so Palanam, Rakshanam, Vardhanam, and so Tirdeshu Pratipadanam. So this is four are there, but now you are going inside, more and more details. So what he has to do? He has to be in association with the experts all the time. That's like Rajaguru. He should be having the guru, proper guru. And Charena Chakshuhu. He should be having the eyes. Eyes through what? Spice. So through spice, he should get the eyes. That means what is going in his kingdom. He has to always observe very scrutinizingly. He should know the details, what is going in the people's mind inside, what kind of plannings they are doing. So for that means he has to see the things through the spice in the case of king. But in the case of Brahmana, he will be seeing things through the scriptures. Because Brahmana's duty is what? Guiding the society. So that's why he will be all the time accepting the things which are according to the scriptures. Brahmana never accept the things which are against the scriptures. That's a bogus. He will simply reject. And then he will be guiding the society like that. And Kshatriya is managing the people. So he also should know what is happening in the society, in his area where he is exercising his powers. So that's why he should have spies. Through that, he has to get the eyes. Next, Utthanena Yogakshema Sadhanam. That means he has to be active all the time. Active means he will be doing his duties so very pakka, nicely. That means by this what? Yogakshema. He is bringing the welfare. He is bringing the welfare in the society. That means whatever things are not there in that kingdom, he will get that. That is a yoga. And whatever is existing, that he will maintain. He will protect. That is a kshema. Next, Karya Anushasanena Swadharma Sthapanam. He will be, next one is what? Karya Anushasana. He is commanding actually. He is a commanding person. He is commanding people to follow their duties. Commanding people. Why? Strictly to follow their duties. So the society will become happy when society is divided based upon their nature, and those has to be engaged all the time in their prescribed duties. This formula you should take into your heart actually. So this formula you have to take all the time. Prabhupada also always says, human society, that means Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. So Krishna conscious movement is going to do the mass level welfare. How this is going to divide the society based upon the guna and engage them in their respective duties according to their nature. Then what will happen? Then artha will come. Dharma, if they follow, artha will come. Then when artha comes, then also you have to make sure that they enjoy as per the scriptures. That's the kama. So that what will happen? The society will become very happy. This is a solution. But first and foremost thing is properly engaging. For that, what you need? You need the divide the people. Divisions of the society is dividing of the society is needed. So that's the point actually. So that's a king will be taking that responsibility. What? Dividing he will not take. That's a so Acharya will do. But he will make sure that engaging people all the time in their duties. And so that they will be getting the artha. If you don't do your dharma, artha, kama. So artha will come from the dharma. If you don't follow the dharma, then what will happen? Then no artha. So then scarcity in the society and people will be, yes, struggling. So that's a king. Being a king, what he has to do? He has to engage. So that's why Prithumara's, at that time, Mother Earth is also having a lot of, that means not flat actually. It's not flat. Bumps are there, ups and downs. Then he made everything flat. He engaged the people. Then after that, he engaged them into the different activities. Then everyone became happy. So similarly, now the society is not properly engaged. So just it's bringing the disbalance. We are inventing so many machines, and replacing the manpower with the machines. Then what will happen actually? That is going to bring the one thing is, one side is it is Vagra karma, it is polluting the society and destroying the society in that way. And also people are becoming the fully so lazy, not properly engaged, and there is no sufficient grains to eat. This is simply is improper way of conducting the society. These communism, socialism, capitalism, or whatever isms are there, those are not dealing the wholesome way. They are all only dealing the, now this problem came, okay, now this is the revolution and we have this revolution and we'll be solving that. These are all what? These are all patchworks actually. These are all isms are simply patchwork. The realism is what? So Vaishnavism and so Varnashrama, following the Daya Varnashrama. So for the spiritual platform, Vaishnavism, and for the body, so Daya Varnashrama. This is the real thing, real system which can make society happy. At least our devotees has to be convinced actually. If we don't have this kind of conviction, then what is the actual difference between outside people and us? Which is told by the Shastra, that itself we are not ready to accept. It's a really unfortunate thing actually. This should not be the case. Next, so what else? Commanding people, so he is making them to follow their duties. One second. Then Vinayam Vidyopadeshena, he should make the people mature. One is what? Vidyopadesha. That means educating the society. If we have all the society is a fools in with him, then what he can do? So that's not good actually. That means he should be educating the society by having the different programs. That's also very important. So then by this what? Maturity will increase. Maturity of the society will increase. That means in the society, everyone will become mature enough. What are the activities he has to do? Please remember, this is Vidyopadeshena Vinayam no Loka Priyatvam Artha Sanyogena. So next, he is investing his wealth. Investing wealth for right cause. So then society will become happy. That means his So he will be digging the wells, whatever the problems they have, and he is providing the, so a lot of, that means in the so whatever the difficulties are there in their life, proper canals, so that every land will be fertile, and like this, many, like having the temples, constructing the temples, and building the hospitals. Hospitals means Vaidyashalas, and like this, he will be doing these activities by investing his wealth, whatever he is collecting in that. He should not be spoil the wealth. Rightly he should use, and for the winning the heart of the people, so that they will be cooperating with him. Hitena vrittam. Hitena vrittam. Finally, what? So he has to, hitena vrittam means it is said that, so he is desiring what? Desiring the good for society. That means you can say this activity is like this. Hitam means what? Always encouraging. Hitam means making them to realize the ultimate truth. So hitam means that. So that the conduct of the society will be increasing. Conduct of society will be good. Hitam means, so ultimate welfare. That is known as hitam. That is what? So promoting what? He should be promote the hitam. Hitam means, so like the kings, the Vaishnava kings, they will be so promoting the, so Krishna consciousness. So then what will happen? The society will be, conduct will be good. If conduct is not good, so then conduct will come from this. And here what? Educating society, they will get the maturity of what? So maturity of their skills. Like if you have the, so gurukuls, sufficient gurukuls if you establish in your country, then people will be properly educated in the different fields, different varnas, and they will be so maturely handling this, their respective duties. And here hitam will be, so by that means hitam means ultimate benefit. So by that what will happen? The conduct of the society will be good. So this is the thing actually. So king has to take care of these things. Okay. Next, we'll be seeing evam vashendriyaha parastri dravya himsascha varjayet. Vashendriyaha. King means always controlling his senses. And he should never look for the other's wife, other's money, and he should not be so violent. Himsa. That means unnecessary violence. Unnecessary violence he should stop. Swapnam laulyam. Swapnam laulyam anrutam. So uddata veshyatvam anartha sanyogam cha. So swapnam means he should not so much sleepy. That means swapna means sleeping. He should not be always sleeping. He should be alert. Okay. And next one is what? He should be controlling his sleep. If king is himself is every day 10 hours is sleeping, and he's not overseeing all the activities, then what will happen? Everyone will be acting their own way. So that's why he should not be overly sleeping. That's a swapnam. Next one is what? So laulyam. So laulyam means he should not be having the greed. Anrutam means he should not be lying. Anrutam means asatyam. Asatya bhashanam. That means he is giving the promise to the people. I will do this, I will do this. And then he is not. And he will say that I didn't say. Something lying with the people. He should not be do. Anrutam. Next, uddata. Uddata veshyatvam. So Uddata Veshatvam means he should be decently dressing himself. He should not be dressing such a way people will be laughing or not respecting him. Decent. So decently he should be dressing. Next, anartha sanyogam. That means not at all associating the unnecessary people or who are going to give the harm. So anartha sanyogam, that also. Next, adharma sanyuktam. So and adharma sanyuktam anartha samyuktam cha vyavaharam. Adharma sanyuktam anartha sanyuktam cha vyavaharam varjayet. He should not be having the conduct which is adharma, which is against the scriptures. So he should not be a adharmi. That means against the dharma. And also anartham, which is not beneficial. That means, example, some kings, they used to change the capital here and there, again and again, which is not at all beneficial for the society. And he will be just unnecessarily going for the fighting, calling the people and let's go fight on the other country, who is not a really enemy to you, and simply fighting and engaging the energies in a wrong direction. That is known as anartha sanyuktam. And adharma samyuktam means not following the scriptures, and so adharma, against the adharma, he is having his conduct. So that kind of conduct all he has to leave. Adharma sanyuktam anartha sanyuktam cha vyavaharam. Okay, so this is the second one. Next, dharmartha virodena kamam seveta. Okay, dharmartha virodena kamam seveta. So, okay, before going to this, any questions? Just any questions for anyone? No questions, okay. Everyone is hearing.
So can you provide the notes which you are writing?
I didn't write anything nowadays. I'm directly speaking from that. I can give a file that is already shared. That file, whatever I am referring, that is there already. Also, Hindi translation is also not so bad actually. It's good only. Hindi translation, because it's not a philosophical subject. Na? It's a simple subject. And you can follow that Hindi also, anything. That itself is sufficient. Any questions in this? If not, okay, we'll continue. So next, see in the society what? Dharma, artha, kama. These are the very, very important things. Dharma means engaging the people as per the Trayi. You should engage the people in their dharma. Then that will be leading to the artha. Then after that, so that artha they should be utilizing to get the sense enjoyment which is prescribed by the Shastra. This is the conducting of the society. That's all. What else? So in the society, anything else is there? Nothing. This is the main thing. These three things. Dharma, artha, kama. And actually, ultimately, these are all meant for the moksha or bhakti. So you should, that is our primary, so ultimate goal. So that is ultimate goal. So now, but the basic functioning of the society, you need what? Dharma, artha, kama. So the king should be balancing these three in his life also. Dharma, artha, avirodhena kamam seveta. King also should be balancing these three. Dharma, artha, avirodhena kamam seveta. Means king can enjoy his sense objects. Can enjoy his sense objects in what way? So which is not against to the dharma and which is not against to the artha. Dharma, artha, avirodhena means he should get the sense enjoyment, whatever which is prescribed in the scriptures. That you should always remember. King also allowed. That means he can have many marriages according to the scriptures, and he can also, if he want to eat meat, he can go and kill the animals, which are Prabhupada is also mentioning in his morning walk. If it's really, and which are the animals are dangerous to the human existence, those animals only he should kill. And he can eat meat. Or otherwise, so whatever that means, so delicious food, so which is prescribed by the Shastra, so the amount, so he can eat. And he can have the recreation, whatever, according to the scriptures. So that much he can have. That's all. So that is known as enjoyment of the senses as per the scriptures. And it should not be against the scriptures. He should be always meeting with his own wife, not the parastri or paradravya. So that's the thing. That means he should follow his dharma. That means his kingly activities. That will be leading to what? Getting the artha. Because when he properly follow his kingly activities, then he can collect the tax. Then that is nothing but the artha. And using this artha tax, so in this also, he is having the conditions. For his personal life, the amount will be there. And that much he can use it for his personal enjoyment. And he can get that personal enjoyment as per the scriptures. So that means there should be a proper balance. He should not be doing the adharma and getting the anartha. That means which is not artha. By doing the adharma, one will be getting the anartha, which is not a beneficial thing. And one should not practice the wrong means to get the artha. That means heavy tax he is collecting. That's adharma actually. So being a king, he should not do that. Then collecting the heavy money and having so many prostitutes or the dancers and enjoying is simply bogus actually. So that's why what is said, evam vashendriya dharma artha avirodena kamam seve. And also this kama, whatever, according to scriptures, dharma viruddha, kama is not. And also artha, this sense enjoyment, whatever he is doing, which is rightly earned money, using that only he should get the sense gratification. And this sense gratification also should be prescribed by, according to the dharma. Sense gratification also, as a prescription of the dharma only should do. And with the rightly earned money. This is the thing actually. Nanisukam syat. And also it is also not good. He should be allowed to do the sense gratification as per the scriptures. But he is also not doing that and is simply drying his senses. Drying his senses. It is also wrong. This is also wrong actually. So not at all having any pleasure, which is also prescribed in the scriptures, but not a hand. Nissukam syat. That is also another extreme. Samam va trivargam anyonyam anubandhanam. That means all these dharma, artha, kama should be in a balanced way. He should be practicing that. So in a balance. That means dharma, artha, kama should be in a balance. Samam va trivargam. That means he should be not fully focused on one thing. Only that means the artha, all the time. If he is running for the artha, is too much behind the artha, then these two are neglected. So that is also not good. And giving the more importance to only dharma and not thinking that whether that dharma is leading to the artha or not. Not at all thinking that and simply dharma is focusing. That is also then not good. Or otherwise kama, only enjoyment. Not having any focus on the dharma and artha is also not good. So that's why these three things, dharma, artha, kama, should be balanced. Even in any grihastha life also, it should be balanced. Over excessive workaholic, क्या करेगा वो तो? ऐसे पत्नी भाग के चले जाएगी. Wife will leave him. Or otherwise over enjoyment with only wife he is spending all the time. Then what will happen? Then his boss will kick him out. Or otherwise only he is money oriented. Then both will kick, wife and boss. So this will happen actually in anyone's case. This dharma artha should be properly balanced. Eko hi atyasevitaha. In the society also he is allowing He is focusing in his people also to practice only one thing. His activities also towards only one thing too. So artha, then not following the dharma, not seeing that how dharma is followed while earning the money. So then what will happen? Then the adharma will enter into that society, and then people will become adharmic, and very soon there will be a danger. That means lot of nonsense will come. So that's and otherwise you should not be just all the time procreation. He is having the nice all the time calling the people and having the functions and enjoying all the kosha is just spent for the enjoyment. He is enjoying and he is also bringing all these people into that. All these the ministry, that means in that the royal court, who are there just enjoying, focusing on the enjoyment. That is also not good. So that's why what Chanakya is saying, he has to focus on these three in a balanced way. Otherwise, if he is focusing on only one thing, that is going to destroy that itself, and also it will destroy another two also. If one is going for only money, so it will destroy the dharma in the society, and it will also destroy the karma. Then what will happen? And then later time it is also finished. That dharma is also stolen. So that artha also is stolen by the adharmic people. So that's why anything is overly emphasized in these three. So then it will be finishing all two and also itself. Finish. Everything will be out. Then society will be in a horrible situation. Okay. Dharma, artha, this only the main thing. So artha is dealt by the varta, dharma is dealt by the trayi, and balancing these three will be dealt by the properly engaging or seeing these three to be happening. Dharma, artha, so that is by the dandaniti. And kama also. That means kama should be the anyway need people. So that is also checked by the dandani. And these are all in the bodily platform. Now to uplift all of them, and also to make them stable in that, so need the ultimately anvikshiki. So king has to do this overall. That means because if you don't have how the society to run and in an overview, if you don't have, then you will be always thinking, oh, how. So that's why by studying this, so you'll be getting the system actually in your consciousness, in your intelligence. What's like this you should think. Then things will be automatically opening. So otherwise everything looking like a mess actually. So now it will be helping us to understand the systems in a proper way. Okay, so next. Last three more lines are there. Still we have 10 minutes. Arthayeva pradhana iti kautilyaha. Arthamulo hi dharma kamau iti. Kautilya is also having some opinion. Out of these three, if you ask him what is the main important thing, he said that artha. So, but definitely he's already saying three should be balanced. But in this, artha is the mula. That means if you want to do, like you want to do agriculture work, you need to have the grains, you need to have the land, you need to have so much, that means labor and feeding them. So then, if you want to do dharma, you need to have the artha. And also, if you want to have the sense enjoyment, that means as per prescribed, as per prescription of Shastras, for that kama also you need artha. So that's why artha is pradhana, he says, but there should be a balance. And what else king has to do? Maryadam stapayed acharyan amatyan va yayenam apayas thanebhyo varayeyuhu. One important point here now. King should be always, what he has to do? He has to say that to his ministers and also his acharya, that means his teachers and ministers. He should say to teachers, and he should give his control some extent to his teachers and his ministers. How he should be asking them to alert him. So whenever he is going in a wrong direction, or otherwise whenever he is going in the wrong direction means, so disbalancing these three. He's overly enjoying, or otherwise he's overly focusing on artha, or otherwise he's overly focusing on dharma. So without considering the artha and kama. So that means you are very much strict to follow the dharma, but that dharma should lead to the artha also, na mai? Huh? If dharma is not leading to artha, then you are asking that everyone should follow their duties, agriculture. Actually, you are saying to the farmer, you should do your agriculture, you should do your agriculture. But that dharma should lead to the grains. It should be done in such a way, artha should be coming. Simply focusing on dharma, then people will run away from that society. So that's why if he is in a danger situation, he is going in a wrong direction. So he should be alerted actually. So that's why he's asking. So he's setting his maryada, his rules and regulations for the teachers and ministers. So that they can alert him. He'll be setting rules and regulations for the teachers and ministers so that they can alert him from the dangerous situation. That is very important. He only giving voluntarily that. Like example, chaya, nalika, pratodena va rahasi, pramadyantam, avitudeyuhu. Chaya nalika means, what is that? Nalika pratodena va. Chaya nalika means, previously, how to measure the time they used to do? They will be having any pole, and the shadow will be falling, and they will be measuring the distance of the shadow. This is a pole, and this is a sun, and they will be measuring this. Chaya means, so this the reflection, the shadow of the pole, and they will be measuring this. Based upon this, they will be measuring the time. Or otherwise, nalika. Nalika means they will be having the device, some device like this. So this is falling actually. Some sand is something they will keep. So the amount of sand fallen, based upon that, they will be calculating the time actually. So that's why here nalika chaya nalika pratodena va rahasi pramadyantam abhiditeyu means, so he is asking his ministers and teachers if he is overly spending time on any one thing, and then they has to alert him and make him to go in a right way. So then finally what? Sahaya sadhyam rajatvam chakramekam na vartate kurvita sachivan tasma tesham cha shrunuyat matam. Isliye, if someone king, he has to take the help of others. Sahaya sadhyam rajatvam. What is the kingship? Kingship means not just he is a monopoly. I will do whatever I feel. It's not right. It's not right. He has to take the help of others. He has to take help of others. That means he should appoint proper amatyas. That means proper ministers. And also he should be following his guru, teachers. He should take the help of them. Sahaya sadhyam rajatvam. Chakramekam na vartate. That means kingship means not a single wheel vehicle. If the vehicle is having, there is a cart is there, and it is having only one wheel, then will it be balanced? Will it go? It will never go actually. It will be falling actually. So kingship also is not a single wheel. Kingship is not a single wheel, but kingship is what? Is the with the help of others. Kingship is achieved with the help of others. So that's why he should establish proper maryada. That means proper rules and regulations to his ministers and take the help from them. Then rajatvam, that means kingship can be achieved. Not the only one. I don't need anyone. I am the one. Then there's a bogus. Sachivan, that's why kurvita. So that's why one wheel is not a kingship. So he needs help. For that, what he has? He has to elect amatyas. electing amatya. That means ministers he should do. He should elect the ministers. So tasmat tesham se shrunuyat and matam. He should also hear the opinion of them. He should be nicely hearing their opinion also. And final decision he will only make. But he should be hearing the opinion of them. Shrunuyat means he should hear. It's not that he should take every opinion, whatever they said. Then what is the need of king? Then they will be king actually. That is also wrong. And but kingship means I don't follow anyone. That is also wrong. So it should be, that means achieved through the help of others. Also, he should be hearing. For that, he should be selecting amatyas, and that we will be seeing in the next chapter. That tomorrow we'll see, okay? How to select the amatya. You understood the need of amatya in this? So will be. So now, any questions or comments? We have 5 minutes. Are you getting something? At least you are able to understand, envisioning something in future?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Oh, please raise the hand, Prabhu. So, Krishna Kirti, Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you
Hare
very
Krishna.
much for a very wonderful class. Now, I just wanted to just put this into a context to just compare and contrast your presentation today, especially about the last topic you were talking about, the balancing of Dharma, Artha, and Kama, that you may or may not be familiar with Max Weber, who wrote a very famous treatise at the beginning of the 20th century called the Protestant Ethic in the Spirit of Capitalism. And he talks about this same phenomenon you talk about, that the Protestant religion and the Christians, that they were very good about doing their Dharma, okay? And because they're very good about doing their Dharma, they are on time, they're very industrious, like many of the things you were talking about. They got artha, so they got a lot of wealth. And then after they get a lot of wealth, they had the kama, okay? So with the wealth, you get the kama, and then with the wealth, they basically gave up all their dharma, and then eventually they lost their wealth too. And he said that this is a cycle that seems to not repeat. And bring this into the context of bhakti is that we also say that this is like the fault with the dharma, artha, kama. Like Vyasa was being told by Narada that you've encouraged dharma, but people are going to forget about dharma, and they're just going to engage in sense gratification.
Yes.
So just after that observation, my question to you is, especially in the Kali Yuga, if we want to establish a Krishna conscious or a Daiva Varnashram society, how can we avoid this trap that not only our own religion, our own Bhagavatams has identified, but also even other scholars outside, like Max Weber, have identified? How can, in Kali Yuga especially, we avoid this trap with the Daiva Varnashram society?
So in Daiva Varnashram society, how to avoid this disbalance? You are saying this? You are asking?
Well, in other words, the problem seems to be that Chanakya is saying that you should balance the Dharma, Artha, and the Kama.
Yes.
But Bhagavatam says that that's impossible. And even even mundane scholars like Max Weber is saying it seems to be impossible. So how is it possible to have a Daiva Varnashram and not fall into this trap?
Yes, Prabhu. Good question. So, Dharma, Artha, Kama, to balance that, we need the ultimate goal of the life. That means, Kamasya, that's why Sutta Goswami also already declared this. Dharmasya hyapavargyasya narthorthayopa kalpate. So, arthasya dharmaikantasya kamo labhaya smritihi. So, kamasya nendriya pritir labho jiveta yavata jivasya tattva jignasa nartho yascha karmabihi. Very clearly he mentioned there. So, dharma is not meant for the earning artha. Whatever we do in our day-to-day, like in Daiva Varnashram society, so farmer is doing the farming. So he is not keeping that I have to earn artha nicely and I should get the money and then after that I utilize. No, he is already given break. That means he will put a break that you are doing this dharma because you are the servant of the Lord, and to please him you are so doing this activity actually. So that's the ultimate goal. That means atah pumbir seshta varnashava samsiddhir haritoshanam. So that's why. So then dharma is not meant for the artha. It's simply gaining the artha. Dharma is meant for the so apavarga. Apavarga means their apavarga means what? Bhakti. That means for satisfaction of the Lord. That is the needed actually. Next, that is the motive actually. We have to give this kind of education to the society. And then whatever the dharma is, but if he is doing dharma, artha will come. Definitely. So some artha, but motivation is not there. Keval artha. So, but to satisfy the Lord. But artha, whatever comes, that he will be using. That will be using whatever comes. So for the what? For the pleasure of the Lord, and it's not meant for that. Artha is not meant for the sense gratification. Arthasya dharmaikantasya arthasya kamo labhaya nasmriti. Kamo labhaya nasmriti. That means it's not meant for the sense gratification. Artha. Obviously, dharma, if he does, it comes artha. But that is not meant for the sense gratification. That is for the what? So to have the, so some, that means sense enjoyment, so that he can maintain body and soul together. Kamasya nendriya preetir. So that means he will be, artha he should be used to get the sense gratification, but sense gratification means he should take the sense objects. That taking sense objects is not meant for the sense gratification, but what? So labo jive tayavata, just to maintain body and soul together. And why he has to maintain body and soul together? So finally to tattva jignasa, to know about the Lord. So this is the actually the principles. We have to see all these. We are now learning the basic framework. But when we come to into the situation of the Daiva Varnashrama, so what is the behind the consciousness should be set? Because Anvikshiki is very important here. Anvikshiki is going to set the mood of the society. So what we are going to promote. So that's Anvikshiki for us is what? Srimad Bhagavatam. And also other darshanas, but other astika darshanas, but Srimad Bhagavatam is the main. So that is going to balance. Okay, Prabhu.
Thank you very, very much, Prabhu. Thank you. Excellent class. All your classes have been excellent so far.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
So, Amar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam.
Pranam,
Prabhuji, I just want to know one thing that when class starts, that is the time when I start for my home, and then I listen half of the lecture during my driving, and then when I reach, then I give bit whatever I can understand. So is there any book available, whatever you are teaching in translation in Hindi or something like that? This
yeah,
thing,
I
so
shared
that,
already in the group, Prabhu.
okay.
It's shared already in the group. You can see in the previous messages. So,
Okay.
provided if you joined early only, na? Recently joined in the group.
I joined after 2 lectures.
So then I will send once again that file, PDF file. So maybe you didn't get that.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
any other questions, comments? So, no questions and comments?
Rosie, I have a question.
Yes, Prabhu.
Rosie, just like I have one doubt regarding, Krishna conscious devotee king. Just like when we hear about Raja Kulasekar, Maharaj
Yes.
Kulasekar.
Yes.
So he was a very pure devotee. He was an alvar, but at the last moment of his life, he was having difficulty in ruling the kingdom because he used to be in ecstasy.
Yes.
Right. So
Yes.
the point is, when we have a devotee king, so definitely there might be a situation when he becomes too much devoted, and then there might come a situation where he'll
Yes,
have
Prabhu.
ecstasies in. So
Yes,
how
yes.
can we, understand that thing?
Yeah, Prabhu. So that's why this king is not for the whole life. King means he's a Gruhastha. When he was in the Gruhastha ashram, so he'll be king should be know how to retire also. They should take retirement because so life is divided into 4 phases: Brahmachari, Gruhastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasi. So when he was in the Gruhastha, then he'll be ruling. Then after that, he should know So you should leave that. Like Parikshit, like the Pandavas, like Dhruva Maharaj, like the Priyavrata, everyone left. Even Priyavrata also, after so many thousands of years he ruled, then he said, okay, there's no need, no out. So like this, everyone left. So that's why that is the phase they will be fully focusing on the main thing, that is the spirituality. So, but it doesn't mean that when Grihastha they are not practicing the pure devotion can be practiced at any ashram level. Because pure devotion means 24 hours, he will be, that means coming in contact with the activity towards the Lord directly. So that is maybe thinking, hearing, like you can see the examples of Bharata Maharaj and so and so. In the commentaries also you can understand. Even while doing any kind of karma also, they are always in the Krishna consciousness. So that should be there. So, and also they will be conducting the external affairs. So all these. So this is the thing we have to understand. So how to, that's why that's the whole Bhagavad is teaching the same thing. So one, how to perform his duties and also be maintained, that means always pure devotion. Try to be aspiring for the pure devotion. He'll be retiring, Prabhu. Simple answer is they'll be retiring at the age of one prastha time.
Okay. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Yeah. So Meghvarna. If
Yes,
anyone wants to leave, so class is over. So like yes. So yeah. Questions are there then, okay. Meghvarna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, you told that a king must control his senses
Senses.
and six enemies, that Kama, Krodha, Lobha, etc.
Yes.
So if a king will control his anger, then at the right time, if he will not show anger, then the means Praja will be very not
Yeah, in the fighting he will be. Yeah, okay. So king control, he said control. It's not that the king should not have anger. Controlling is what means what? Whenever there is a need, he will be, that means he will be showing that. Like Arjuna, he is showing his anger to kill the enemies. Otherwise, with laughing, he cannot kill. Na? So just smiling and throwing arrows. This is two or controversy like that. So while killing, he should show the anger. So that's why controlling means what? Utilizing in a required place. Controlling senses means what? Not that they just taking out, withdrawing the senses from the sense objects. No. So whatever the prescribed the ways are there to have the sense objects, in that sense objects he'll be so allowing senses to have. So similarly, Kama Krodha also. So he'll be Kama. So that means lust. That means some kind of. So this, while having the children, he should be having this. If he doesn't have any Kama, then how he can have intercourse with his wife? Huh? So that is also needed. Na? Everything can be utilized in the service. So that's the thing. But it should be conquered, means it is in their control. Unnecessary, that means which is not prescribed by the Shastra, that they should not have. Okay, next.
Yes.
Yeah, Virendra, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Dhanatuna. Prabhu, just one clarification if you can give. Prabhu, it is said that Vaishnavism, it is a classless society. And now Dayavada Ashram, we are trying to divide the society in 4 Vadas. How do we relate, Prabhu? Just I don't understand.
Yeah, Vaishnavism is because we have 2 dharmas, Bhagavad Dharma and so Varnashrama Dharma. We have body and also we have soul. So we have the gross and subtle body and we have soul. So that's why we are getting the Bhagavad Dharma being a soul actually. So we are the soul, so that's why on the soul platform, we are the what? Servant of the Lord. But in the bodily platform, so that we are also having the some duties. So for example, if we are always 24 hours on the servant platform, soul means is a part and parcel of the Lord, means it is a servant, and you are always in that, you are able to engage yourself always as a servant, and you don't have any that means on that platform you are able to stay and you are able to do the action directly towards the Krishna, like Shravanam Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archana, Vandanam, Dasa, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. That kind of full, so stability is there and faith is there, especially faith. Stability means faith actually. So, and you got such a faith and you convinced that I am the part and parcel and nothing more. So then in that case, you don't need to bother about any duties coming due to body. Okay. So that is known as pure devotion, purely devotion. No mixing of activities which are coming, which are the duties coming, which are bodily consciousness. So that is, you should take it out and do the direct devotion. That's which are said in the 64 limbs in the nectar of devotion. For them, there is no need of varnashram. But whoever is not able to surrender fully and be situated in the servant platform, then he has to do the activities related to the body also. Then for that activities, there should be a guide. Then what is that guide? That is varnashrama dharma. You cannot do the whimsical work in this nature, like working in the ugra karma doing, and you should not say that. So I am also, one side you are becoming the soft and pure devotee, and another side you are doing the ugra karma, destroying the nature and living entities and spoiling the whole nature and everything. And you cannot say that I am trying to become my heart soft, because becoming soft means is becoming the compassion towards every living entity. One side you are killing with your activities, and another side you are saying I want to be compassionate to the living entity. So that's why there should be some guide to guide you which are activities are still on the bodily platform. So that is needed varnashrama dharma. But what is one more case? Whoever is now always in the soul platform, always in the servant platform, so those also will be doing some kind of doing the varnashrama activities to set an example actually. Like in the case of Lord. Lord doesn't have any varna. He is not in the mode of goodness or passion or ignorance. He is not having any material body. But still he is taking as a Kshatriya role and setting example. Even pure devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, like the Dhruva Maharaj, they are already pure devotee because Dhruva is already got the mercy of the Lord. But why? Just to set example, Lord said that you go and do the 36,000 years, you once again rule, set the example to the society, do it. Then what they do? They maintain all the time, I am the servant of the Lord, and also they do the activities externally. This is known as another category. Okay, you have now three categories. Who are fully in the servant platform, left everything which is related to the bodily activity. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. That is the thing. Then in that case, that is also right. They are fully doing the bhajan, shravanam kirtanam. So that is the thing. So then that is the Bhagavad Dharma. So next, thing is what? Next thing is someone is already in the servant platform, but to set example they are accepting. And another category, so who are not still in that kind of shraddha they didn't develop, so fully not surrender to the Lord, then they have to do the material activities as per the varnashrama dharma. So that's why, so here you should understand, your question is what? Vaishnava society is a casteless society. Vaishnava means what? So acting on the servant platform actually. So on that we are all servants. There is no difference. But in the bodily platform, you and mine are not same. So that's why we are taking the specific role in the for the sake of body. Okay. So that's
Thank you, bro. Got the point.
Bodily difference is there.
Thank you, bro. Thank you very much. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. So any questions? Questions are not coming. Why? Not understanding, or shying, feeling shy, or not interested? What? Okay. If you have no questions, then what should I do? Everything understood? Everyone? One time, so can you switch on your cameras? I want to see the faces. All of you can switch on your cameras. Okay, this is okay, Amar. So Gaur Sundar Prabhu. So Varun. So Vikram Prabhu. Yeah. So Kishore Prabhu. So what about others? Ramesh, Iskan Arvade, Bhakta, Bani Lipo. Yeah, Vacha. Hare Krishna. Avijit. Avijit, who is this Avijit? Can I see your face? Okay. Iskan Arvade. Who is this? Okay, anyway, thanks, Prabhu. So we'll meet tomorrow. So we'll be understanding how to select a minister actually, because we need to. King means he should not be playing the single play card. So he has to have not a single wheel. We need to have two wheels to run a car. So that's a need of help of the teachers and also the help of Amatyas. So any teachers from the childhood, his father will be allotting, but Amatyas is in his hands. So he'll be selecting Amatyas. There are a lot of opinions are there from the different. So Acharyas, you should select Amatya in this with this background, but there are the defects also there. Then Chanakya is mentioning all the opinions of the different Acharyas, and then finally he's giving his conclusion. Okay, that will be very helpful. So we'll be understanding that tomorrow. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhyo cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai.